Craziest landlord experiences. Part 2. 1. Ceiling started leaking during a storm. Called Landlord, he shows up with a colander and duct tape. Duct taped a colander to my ceiling. When I asked if he was going to fix the actual roof, he goes, "Let's see how this works first." The colander collected water for 3 months. He was genuinely proud of his engineering solution. 2. Lost my job during the pandemic and couldn't make rent. Expected eviction notice, but instead my landlord knocked on my door with groceries and said, "Pay me back when you can." He owned the building outright and said he'd rather have good tenants who were struggling than empty units. Restored my faith in humanity during a really dark time. 3. Landlord was apparently a failed magician who insisted on performing maintenance. Need a light bulb changed? He'd show up in a cape and top hat to dramatically install it while playing classical music from a Bluetooth speaker. Toilet clogged? Full magic show complete with audience participation. Me, while he plunged it. Weird, but oddly entertaining. 4. My landlord started dating someone and used my apartment for their romantic dinners while I was at work. I'd come home to find rose petals, candles, and dirty dishes. When I confronted him, he goes, "I thought you'd appreciate the romantic ambiance." "Sir, this is my home, not your date venue. Change the locks real quick." 5. Landlord's solution to our heating problem was giving everyone space heaters, the cheap, fire hazard kind. Building caught fire 2 weeks later from faulty wiring. He tried to blame tenants for overusing electricity, lost everything, but thankfully everyone got out alive. Some landlords will literally burn you down to save money on proper repairs. Sex. My landlord was this sweet old lady who treated all tenants like grandchildren. She'd leave homemade cookies outside our doors, remember everyone's birthdays, and once organized a building-wide Thanksgiving dinner. When she passed away, we found out she'd been donating half her rental income to charity for 30 years. The good ones really do exist. 7. Landlord refused to fix our broken doorbell for months. His solution? He glued a cowbell to the front door. A cowbell. Every time someone visited, it sounded like we lived on a farm. Neighbors complained about the noise, so I maliciously complied by ringing that cowbell every single time I entered or left. He fixed the doorbell in 3 days. 8. Found out my landlord was using the basement to grow plants. Illegal plants. The smell was getting into my apartment and I was worried about getting arrested. When I confronted him, he offered me free weed instead of fixing the ventilation. Moved out immediately and anonymously tipped off the cops. Your landlord's side hustle shouldn't put you at risk.